ما أريد من هذا الشعب إلا أن يزيد في الحمد والشكر إلى الله عز وجل، ويزيد من محبة الوطن، ويزيد من العمل ومضاعفة العمل لما يسعى فيه من خير له وللدولة والأهل. هذا اللي أنا أدوره من الشعب، وربنا إن شاء الله يوفقنا جميعا على ما يحب ويرضى.
Welcome everyone to Pearls of Union, a program that sheds a light on the brightest minds and most inspiring figures in the UAE. In every episode, we dive deep into the journeys of exceptional individuals who turn ambition into achievement and challenges into opportunities. And one of those successful personalities is our special guest for today, and he is Mr. Fayez Ibbini, the CEO of Alpha Data. Welcome, Mr. We are so pleased to join us today.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the invitation, and I appreciate you visiting our offices, and I'm looking forward to a discussion that we plan to have together.
Thank you. It is our pleasure. So today it's an opportunity to talk about your company as well as about the whole journey of you. So please, in the beginning, can you tell us about yourself, about your background, and also about the key milestones in your professional journey?
A long journey, so I have plenty to cover. But let me say it started from a very modest, small beginning. You might smile if I tell you I started with myself, a secretary and a driver. And the driver wasn't there because I wanted somebody to drive me around. Back in '81, getting a driving license was not easy. So I had to have a driver, so it wasn't an ego trip. So we started very small from a beginning of trying to help my partners at that time, and still are my friends, the Bin Hamouda group. So that was the purpose of coming and setting up the organization to help them. And then slowly followed all the changes in technology, the various, I call them waves of technology that keeps coming and renewing. So we started with, at that time when you used the large computer, we used it for a bureau service. So we gave time sharing to different customers so they don't have to buy big computers each. This didn't last long because the IBM personal computer was announced in '81, and in '82 it was everywhere. So it was quite a challenge to try and switch from a big investment in a large computer to switch to a personal computer. But we managed that, and a lot of people say, so that was a bit of a setback. Right at the beginning, we've invested maybe $1 million plus in a computer as a small organization, and then we had to switch. But I can tell you, you discover through many years of experience that actually success is not built on something going right. It usually is a result of multiple setbacks and multiple failures. And if you learn from them, correct course, then you get to the next level. Most people think if I succeed, then everything is great. But actually success tend to bring in sort of an ego trip, tend to be, everybody thinks they've got the Midas touch. Life is not like that. And I usually have a visual in my mind, if you were to fly, say, from UAE to UK, people think you just, whether it's on autopilot or it's a pilot, they think if I put in the destination, the aircraft goes there. But I can say the aircraft drifts off course at least 100 times. and the pilot or the autopilot corrects it, puts it back on course. And then after the 7 hours, you arrive to Heathrow. But after many deviations, and that really is also the story of a company. You start on a certain direction, then things don't work out, you adjust, you enhance, you improve, and then slowly. So success is kind of built on multiple failures, not on one good success.
So there were toughest moments. What were the main challenges that you have faced during your career?
First of all, when you start from a small beginning, and this could be valid for anybody who is inspiring to set up a business. You're small, you're unknown, you have no track record, you have no credibility, and you have to really sell yourself, and you've only more or less got yourself to sell. You can't be selling your track record, you can't be selling your beautiful offices or your achievement. So that tends to be very challenging. Beautiful thing about human beings is we detect in the other if there's integrity, if the person is genuine, truthful. So they give you a chance. It may not be a big chance because they don't want to take too much of a risk. They give you a chance. And if you deliver again and again and again, then the references build up, then you get somewhere. But invariably, your cash flow is limited. You don't want to go asking for more funding to continue the journey. So it can be difficult at the beginning, but it doesn't take long if the commitment is there, if the integrity is there, if you're delivering value, before you have some reputation in the market, and it makes life easier.
And today you have successfully built this reputation. You have a strong presence here in the market.
Alhamdulillah, we did over many years. And interestingly, as we grew bigger, and we from the small beginning of 3 people to now over 1,500. So it's quite a journey. You discover throughout this journey and the success, and we've been successful, I can tell you, we've, apart from the setup period, took about 3 years to get into a setup. We've not had a single year where we lost money. So it's been building on one small success after another. So that gives you a feeling of some comfort and security. But something strange also develops. As you talk to your friends, your colleagues, the market, other people, you sense a sort of like an envy that develops. These people are always, winning, they're growing, etc. And by nature, I like to share with whoever I care about our successes, what we're doing, etc. So much so it became hard in recent years to just do it as an individual journey, which really was a catalyst for becoming a public company. Because by going to the public market, opening it up to shareholders to come from all over the country, it makes it like a celebration. Every time I talk to somebody, I can tell them about our success, I can tell them about how we're doing, what we're doing, and because they're shareholders, they're kind of enjoying that with you instead of being envious of your performance.
So these are the main challenges that you have faced in early stages while building and growing your company. So behind the scenes, who have supported you? Who stood by your side and encouraged you to overcome those challenges?
I can really point to 3 parties. First and foremost, my wife. She has been really a rock in terms of just, I don't know how I deserved it, but she believed in me. She believed I can do it. And that gave me comfort that, I have to also prove her right in a way. My partner, His Excellency Faraj bin Hamouda, he has been fully supportive, almost no conditions. And that also gives you a responsibility that I have to deliver on this trust. And then I have been very fortunate that while I haven't been the smartest, they call it in English, the sharpest tool in the toolbox, I haven't been the smartest person in the company, but I got myself surrounded with very clever people, sharp people, loyal people, which is thanks to the values of the company, the culture that we have in the company. They have stayed, many of them, decades, not even, year or 2 or 5. Some of them, one of them, I think I can recall, 29 years. They're extremely committed, very dedicated, and well rewarded.
Sir, every successful venture starts with a clear vision and a strong foundation. So how was Alpha Data founded, and what vision drove its establishment at that time?
Yeah, this is really an interesting question because, as I said, goals are difficult beyond a year, but you can have a purpose for a lifetime. And our purpose is rather unusual. We have lived by a purpose which has been my guiding sort of purpose all my life. Is I like to bring out the best in everybody we work with. So if you are my staff member, great. I want to bring out your skills, your involvement, everything. If you are a customer, we want to work at the best level and bring out the best in that customer. Even if you are a competitor, I would like us to compete at a civilized level rather than killing each other. So that you can have a purpose, and has been really a very, very supportive. Having such a purpose, our vendors love to deal with us, and we get prizes, etc. Because not only we want the vendor to come out a winner, the staff, their own key people, to feel appreciated, and that really helps the relationship. Our clients, we have in excess of 2,200 clients that have been with us multiple years, some of them decades, because we take care of them, we respect them, and we want again to bring out the best in them. To me, see them as if they were going to flower.
So you are building strong relationships with your customers. Today, Alpha Data is a leader in digital transformation. Could you provide us now with the core services and technologies you offer?
So a customer usually come to you, they have business issues they're trying to deal with. Typically, to help somebody with their business issues, you have to start from the ground up. Most of them have got some level of computerization. Nobody these days is still totally manual. To move them from a semi-automated company to a fully transformed company, that's what we call digital transformation. So you have to make sure they have the right level of network in the organization. They have the right level of communication. They use cloud services. They use their data successfully. When you put all of this and make sure their systems all seamless and operate clearly, then they are almost ready now to use their years and decades of data, apply AI to it, get insights to make their business more efficient, more productive, more profitable, whatever is their mission. And that closeness with those customers, they begin to translate that to, I am benefiting. Their willingness to engage us and to pay us goes up, and the sort of this competition at all levels disappear, so we grow with them. And most of the time, people ask us, how do you stay ahead in technology? Because we are always adopting the latest. And it's not us or our cleverness, usually it's the client. Clients these days are very well informed, very well connected. They come to you and say, I've realized I could do this, I've heard of that, I read about this, can you help me adopt it? So we work with them, we find the best solution for that problem, and we install it for them or implement it. And that makes them think, okay, I saw results, In the past, it used to take us 5 years to show results. These days, we can show results inside a week. We have done a project for health, I don't want to put names, but health organization that has changed, if you like, organ transplant from being a complex, lengthy job that can take weeks to now you can do it inside an hour to find a donor and the patient and decide these two match, let's do it. And that's using technology, AI, algorithm, all kinds of things. So that makes life easy for them. We learn, they learn, then they want to do phase 2, phase 3, etc.
But sir, more than technology, we are talking today also about innovation. So with the rise of artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, cybersecurity also, and cloud computing, how does the company ensure it stays ahead of innovation?
Like I said, we are always studying the latest that is coming on the market. Because at the end of the day, we are a solution provider. We are an implementer. We're not really, we don't invent microchips or anything like that. So we find the best solutions on the one hand. This is our technical people. On the other hand, our sales organization is very close to the client. So they know from the clients what is it they like, what have they found, because the client can be smarter than you often, and they have seen things that you people haven't seen. So we try and marry these two, client's requirement, their own vision, their own requirement, and our own sales, our own technical people, what they have found. If they found something, we will do a proof of concept. So we will do small projects, client is happy, our people are happy that this is easy to support, it's robust, it will support the customer, then it becomes part of our solution landscape. Sorry, I was just going to say something that is good to remember. Technology comes in waves. And from the early days, the first wave that hit, because I was using a large computer, the first wave was the PC. And I love looking at the sea, you know, it comes in waves. Usually the 7th wave is big. So first wave was a PC. Second wave, people said, PC on its own doesn't do anything, the computer. I want it networked. So you get the networking wave. Then they say, okay, well, it does do a good job in the office, but I want to go beyond the office. Then you get the internet wave. And now you're connected to other countries. Then you get the cloud wave. Then you get the mobility. Everybody has a mobile, they have an iPad, they have this or that. That's the next wave. So the last wave we're on now is AI wave. But the tsunami that is coming is actually, it's called AI agent or agentic AI. This is where the AI start to take your instruction and does many, many things. For instance, you want to go on holiday. You don't say, keep searching for destination. You say, I am so-and-so, I am this old, I am this, you know, I like culture, I like beaches, whatever. You describe all you want. An agent, unlike AI, doesn't answer, takes all your needs, goes, find the best location, book holiday, book tickets, buy the tickets, is done A to Z without your intervention.
So sir, of course, since 1981 until now, you have won many prestigious awards. So what do these recognitions mean to you as a leader?
A great deal. Frankly, it is a recognition not of me as a leader, it's of the team and what they have delivered. See, every year they look at who has been their best, whether it's reseller, solution provider, etc. And when we win, the team wins. The clients win because the client also worked with the team to implement something. So it is a very, very encouraging sign that we are on the right track. We've been recognized by international companies as the best in their class for doing this or doing that. So it's extremely important.
So what key strategies help the company to grow and to maintain sustainable growth?
Number one, stay close to the client. At the end of the day, That's the ultimate thing that means success or failure. If you're close to the client, you're anyway serving the client, and you're learning from them about their need and the technologies you should be looking at. Number one. Number two, be really fair with your people. Take care of your staff. They are the true asset. I call them a human capital. People talk about money and that, but the real capital of a company like us, it's all talent. If they're loyal, if they like the culture, the environment, they're with you for the long haul. So you have clients with you for the long haul, you have staff with you for the long haul. Even when things become challenging, somehow you can navigate the hard time. If any of those is weak, you're in trouble.
So this is your leadership philosophy?
Always take care of the client, take care of the staff, have a culture that is actually based on value. Our values are very simple. Don't tolerate red tape. If it doesn't make sense, anybody, no matter how senior or junior, can raise hell, because we don't want inefficiency. Speed of service. If it can be done today, let's do it tomorrow. And people get surprised. We talk about something and say, okay, I'll give it to you in a week's time. I say, why not this afternoon? And you will find, surprisingly, people, when they say a week, they do it in the afternoon of the last day of the week. They don't take a week. And another one that is really crucial, so there are three values, I mentioned two. The third one is treating people as you wish to be treated. When you treat the smallest of your staff members or your clients as you wish personally to be treated, you know you can sleep easy, that you have done your best, that nobody can fault you because you treated them as you wanted to be treated yourself.
So, sir, of course, you have your own strategies to lead this big business, and of course, you have your future plans and goals. So, what do you aspire to? What are your aspirations for the future of your company?
Okay, now as a public company, because we moved in March, we became a public company listed on the Abu Dhabi stock market. Public market requires growth all the time. I don't personally think that is necessary all the time. Delivering at a highest level is much more important, but you have to grow. So we're always growing organically with our clients because most of them are growing actually very fast, and keeping up with them is a challenge. Then growing regionally. We know we have a good story, we have good solutions, we have good people. The number one shortage in the region is talent. If you have 1,500 people as your talent pool, that took 40 years to accumulate. Then you have something special. You can deploy it in Saudi, you can go to Qatar, Oman, etc. because you're resting on a lot of experience, a lot of examples, a lot of happy customers and talent. That gives you opportunity to grow in those countries. And we opened recently in Saudi, before that in Qatar, and we are seeing the uptake. In fact, the only thing slowing the uptake is us. We're very cautious. We don't like to jump into a market and just take anything coming to us, because we also have a quality policy that may be also unusual. And our quality policy says delivering on the agreed expectation, first time, every time. So it's not hopefully we'll deliver, it's not maybe second time we will deliver, first time, every time. And we share this at the beginning of any project. We share it with the client and say, when we don't do that, please let us know. Any one of our people does not deliver on that quality policy. So we want to do that if we go to any other country, and that makes it important that you go slowly and cautiously.
So, as a successful leader, as a successful entrepreneur and a visionary leader in the digital transformation, so how can you define the word of success?
Essentially, really, first of all, success comes from when preparation, and we are preparing all the time, meets an opportunity, and people call it luck, but actually you've been preparing a lot. So number one ingredient in success is you have to prepare all the time. If you're prepared, and there is a saying which I really like, is don't ask what the world wants from me or the country wants from me. Ask what brings me alive. And if any subject, anything you're into, if that's what brings you alive, that's what makes you jump out of bed with excitement, then your chances are you will succeed at that. So if you prepare, focus on what brings you alive, and dedicate yourself. This world is very competitive. It is no room for somebody wishful thinking. You have to be really 110% committed, then chances of success are pretty high.
So these are the keys of success. So, sir, based on your experiences, what words of encouragement or guidance you would like to convey through our episode to the new generation and also to young entrepreneurs aspiring to build a career in the field of digital transformation?
My advice is rather simple these days. It might have been difficult maybe in the last few years, but today it's AI, and agentic AI. If you know about AI, if you're really good at that subject, you will find tomorrow people who know AI replace people who don't. You will not be replaced by some clever robot. You will be replaced by a person who knows about AI. It is essential that somehow you get into that. The beauty of it is now really available for anybody to do it. You do it at home, you do it in the office, but make sure it's almost like, I know that most young people are very good at social media. Make sure you're as good with AI as you are with social media, if not better.
Thank you, sir, for these inspiring words. So, as we come to the end of our conversation, I would like to invite you to share a message of appreciation and gratitude to the UAE and its leaders.
I would say really a huge thank you to the leadership, Royal Highnesses. As a human being, I need oxygen to live and maybe food to live. As a company, I need safety and security. And our leadership provides that in spades. I don't think there's anywhere else in the world that delivers on that. So while we sleep soundly at home, our leadership are available 24/7 to take care of our safety and security. And I can't ask for more than that. Business cannot thrive in an environment that doesn't have these two elements, and I am so grateful that we do have them in the UAE.
Thank you so much, sir, for this inspiring meeting and for these informations. It was my pleasure talking with you today. Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate all the intelligent questions, and I hope I was able to contribute.
Dear audience, this is the end of our episode. Watch us next week. Goodbye.